Imagine standing in the middle of a hurricane. The wind outside your house is howling at 75 miles per hour. Trees bend, windows shake. Everyone is hiding indoors. Now imagine something far more terrifying. A storm moving at 400 miles per hour. That sounds impossible on Earth, but somewhere in our solar system, storms like that are completely normal. To see them, you would have to travel nearly 500 million miles away to the largest planet in our solar system, Jupiter. Jupiter is a world unlike any other. This gas giant is so enormous that more than 1,300 Earths could fit inside it. Its gravity is immense, its atmosphere violent, and its storms unbelievably powerful. But Jupiter is not a place where you could simply land and explore. Unlike Earth, Jupiter has no solid surface. It's made mostly of swirling gases, hydrogen and helium, forming endless layers of clouds and storms. If you tried to descend into its atmosphere, you would pass through massive bands of clouds, colored brown, red, yellow, and white, racing around the planet at incredible speeds. These clouds are what give Jupiter its famous striped appearance. But hidden within those stripes is one of the most mysterious storms in the universe. A storm that has been raging for centuries. Deep within Jupiter's southern hemisphere lies the most famous storm in our solar system. It's called the Great Red Spot. And calling it a storm almost sounds too small. This gigantic vortex is larger than Earth itself. Its towering clouds rise more than 5 miles above the surrounding atmosphere, while its winds scream around its edges, its speeds reaching 400 miles per hour. That's faster than the most powerful tornadoes on Earth. Astronomers have been watching this storm for more than 150 years, and some records suggest it may have existed for over 350 years. But despite centuries of observation, scientists still don't fully understand it. In 2017, NASA's Juno spacecraft flew close to the storm and gathered valuable data. What it discovered shocked scientists. The Great Red Spot isn't just a surface storm. It reaches more than 200 miles deep into Jupiter's atmosphere. That's 30 to 100 times deeper than the deepest oceans on Earth. But the mystery doesn't stop there. Strangely, the atmosphere above the storm is hotter than anywhere else on Jupiter. Temperatures there reach 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than molten lava on Earth. Why would the air above a storm become so incredibly hot? Scientists think the storm's violent turbulence may generate massive sound waves and gravitational waves, heating the atmosphere like a cosmic engine. But even that explanation may not tell the whole story, because something even stranger is happening. For decades, scientists believed the Great Red Spot was slowly dying. Astronomers noticed that the storm appeared to be shrinking over time. Some predicted that it might eventually fade away completely. But recent observations revealed something unexpected. Using data from the Hubble Space Telescope, researchers noticed that the storm's outer winds were actually speeding up. The increase is tiny, only about 1.5 miles per hour per year, but on a planet as massive as Jupiter, even a tiny change can signal something much bigger. At the edges of the storm, wind speeds now reach up to 400 miles per hour. But oddly, if you were standing in the center of the Great Red Spot, the winds would feel surprisingly calm. This creates a bizarre situation. The edges of the storm are violent, while the center is relatively peaceful. Scientists still struggle to explain exactly what fuels the storm. One theory suggests the Great Red Spot formed when several massive storms merged together, creating one gigantic vortex. Another idea is that the storm feeds on smaller storms, absorbing their energy and growing stronger. And there's another important factor. Unlike Earth, Jupiter has no solid ground. On our planet, hurricanes weaken when they move over land because friction slows them down. But on Jupiter, there is nothing to stop the storm. No continents, no mountains, no surface, which means the Great Red Spot can keep spinning for hundreds of years.
One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the Great Red Spot is its color. The storm ranges from pale pink to deep brick red, but scientists still don't know exactly why. One leading theory suggests the color comes from chemical reactions triggered by sunlight. Deep inside Jupiter's atmosphere, there may be a layer of colorless gases. When these gases rise into the upper atmosphere, they interact with ultraviolet radiation from the sun. This reaction could produce the storm's distinctive red color. But this explanation remains only a theory, because Jupiter's thick clouds prevent scientists from seeing what's really happening deep below the storm. And the Great Red Spot isn't the only strange storm in our solar system. On Saturn, another massive storm called the Great White Spot occasionally appears. This storm can stretch all the way around the planet, producing lightning flashes more than 10 times per second. But even these giant storms are only part of the strange and violent weather systems that exist throughout the universe, because the deeper scientists look into space, the stranger things become.
Jupiter may look like a distant gas giant, but it plays a critical role in the story of our solar system. With a mass 318 times greater than Earth, Jupiter dominates everything around it. Its gravity is so powerful that it constantly pulls in asteroids, comets, and space debris. Some scientists believe this makes Jupiter a cosmic shield, protecting Earth by absorbing dangerous objects that might otherwise collide with our planet. In fact, Jupiter is struck by dozens of asteroids every year. One famous event happened in 1994, when a comet called Shoemaker-Levy 9 slammed into Jupiter. The impact created explosions so powerful that the scars were visible from Earth. Plumes of debris shot thousands of miles above the planet's clouds. But not everyone agrees that Jupiter is our protector. Some astronomers argue that Jupiter's gravity can also redirect comets toward the inner solar system, potentially sending them toward Earth. So which is it? Is Jupiter saving us from cosmic disasters or accidentally creating them? Scientists still don't know, but one thing is certain: Jupiter remains one of the most mysterious and powerful worlds in our solar system. And with spacecraft like NASA's Juno mission continuing to send back new data, we may soon uncover even more secrets hidden inside this giant planet.